welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past. Do you have the time to listen to us whine? Any waste of effort isn't part of my design. This is getting serious, and we'll only be making it right because we've got a little something for you. I'm the hot stepper, James Cook.
And I'm the lyrical gangster, Andy Robinson. And which randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past we're looking at this week on Shooby Dooby Doo Up?
We are going to the 31st of January, 1995.
The 31st of January 1995, I say to reiterate. In the charts at this time, of course, not just the top 10 we're about to discuss, there were loads of great records in the top 40, such as Love Me For A Reason by Boyzone, Bump and Grind by R. Kelly, Whatever by Oasis, Glory Box, Portishead, Stay Another Day, East 17, Creep, TLC, and Them Girls, That Girls by Zig and Zag.
In pop news, Matthew Bannister, the then controller of Radio 1, had dropped any song from before 1990 from the Radio 1 playlist.
I learned that. I remember that time. Bands like Status Quo having a right old moan because Radio 1 wouldn't play them anymore. Also, in the world news, Eric Cantona's just about to kick a Crystal Palace fan in the head. And Fred Perry...
Was he in the planning phase of that at this
think
point?
So.
Yeah, he's just putting his plans together.
He had these trawlers and seeing if any whatever seagulls were following him. Just gives us the gist of 1995, doesn't it? And also, James, this is pop relevant, I think, pop culturally relevant at least. Is Fred Perry? He's just died.
Oh.
It's weird with Fred Perry, isn't it? The notion of him being some sort of fashionista for Britpop and that sort of thing. He's just a tennis player.
Yeah, but can we thank Fred Perry for his contribution to the panoply of polo shirts? Where were you in January 95?
I was just in my mid-20s, you know, James, with that mix of, I don't know, arrogance and ignorance. Looking back on it, thinking, why did I waste my mid-20s so much? However, I did buy 10% of this top 10 as a single, and then, you know, the way singles used to work, because I liked it so much, I bought the album later. So I bought it twice. What about you? What were you doing?
I was just coming to the end of my A-levels, a time I remember with great fondness, but I fear that it might be rose-tinted glasses.
Well, we're not averse to putting on the rose-tinted glasses, are we? If only we had some stats about these charts.
This top 10 contains 2 UK number 1 singles. There are 3 songs going up, 3 going down, and 3 non-movers and a new entry, for a total net movement of positive 3. All the 3s. There are 4 British artists, 1 American, 1 Jamaican, 1 Irish, 1 Canadian, 1 German and 1 Swedish. Lots of different nationalities represented in this chart. There are 5 groups, 4 solo artists and a collab with 2 cover versions-ish.
Great mid-90s stats. By my reckoning, there are 3 songs about the complexities of love, 3 songs about liberation, 2 songs about a male archetype, 1 proposition, and 1 song about a psychotic episode. There are no key changes, there are no examples of self-reference, there is 1 example of self-regard, but in the new feature, there are 3 na-na-nas, 1 oh, and 1 yeah in this top 10, so that's something to look forward to.
You can listen to all these songs on our playlists. The links are in the description. There is 1 on Spotify. There is also 1 on YouTube, so you can watch the videos too.
Please listen to the records we're about to bang on about. Not only do they make this podcast more relevant, and I guess, you know, you've got some sort of reference for them. Also, it's a great top 10. And there's another half a dozen songs on this playlist, James. Why?
Well, these are songs that never get into the top 10, but that are knocking around in the top 100 on the 31st of January 1995. We're going to get into those in our special bonus tracks podcast, the episode that's available exclusively to our beloved Patreon backers, the people who bung us a couple of quid a month to keep the podcast going. In this week's episode, we have Massive Attack, Sleeper, an independent love song, and the CD single that changed my life.
As always, you can listen to these songs either before, during, or after this podcast to put you in touch with what we're banging on about.
And you can join our Patreon community for free. The bonus tracks podcast costs less than £1 a week.
£1 a week, marvellous in today's rising temperature. I see no reason to hang around, James. What should we do?
Well, anyone pres will hear the fat lady sing.
Number 10.
Down 4 places to number 10. It's Tell Me When by The Human League.
I remembered this from the time. Did you, James?
Yes, I did, but mainly because it was on the radio all the time.
All the time.
It got absolutely hammered. In fact, it was number one on the UK Airplay chart for the month of January. This has Killer Human League chorus all over it, the sort that rings around your brain like a nursery rhyme from Mars.
They sound very much like your words.
No, they're not my words. They're the words of the NME.
Okay.
What do you make of that? The nursery rhyme from Mars.
Are we diving into the emotional core of this song straight away? Let's do it. It's interesting. I think they've got a good point because let me get my guitar. Now, James, the words to this song, despite hearing it all the time, as we mentioned, I wasn't aware of the verses. So, Kelly took a lifetime searching for the bottom line.
That's a very 95 name, isn't it, Kelly? There are loads of Kellys around.
Kelly Brook. Oh, we'll get into the maybe who Kelly and another fella was in a short while. So anyway, Phil Oakey wasn't into searching because he was doing fine. He wasn't into fighting, chasing, sweating, slaving, fretting, racing. Great verbs. Any waste of effort isn't part of my design. Then he goes on, Billy was an inspiration, positive and kind. Who the hell is Billy? Who the hell is Kelly?
Two of your mum's mates.
Regular viewers and listeners will know the importance of that. Really like these words. Common sense dictated I could never be so blind. And then this beautiful little chord of then I see you. And the nagging chorus of tell me when will I see you again, baby. So I really like this song. I feel the verses are literate, if you like, and the nagging insistence of the question of the chorus, tell me when will I see you again, would suggest a mental imbalance in Phil Oakey.
Are we diagnosing him?
Yeah.
All right. Because what's interesting is that he's singing about Kelly and Billy. So he's saying this person is this person is that, but then he goes, and then I see you. Then it's him.
Yep.
So is he Kelly? Is he Billy? Are they figments of his imagination? Is this a split personality Fight Club type thing?
I don't believe so. I believe the song is all about a man who is praising himself to be detached from the world, if you like, an observer. Yeah. And then he sees somebody or other and gets obsessed, by the complexity of love.
So is it about obsession?
I believe so.
Okay. Also, good use of the word happenstance in the second verse. That word doesn't get used a lot in pop. It's nice to see it.
Happenstance, an episode unplanned alone in time. He's haunted by the question of when will I see you again? We all know that feeling about somebody or other.
How paths may cross against the odds to wreck the plans you made is essentially that John Lennon quote, isn't it? Life is what happens when you're making other plans.
Yeah. We covered Human League before, haven't we?
Yes, we have done Human.
That's right. The Jam and Lewis production.
From the late 80s, the one that was American number one. And this is 95, so it was kind of a comeback because it was their first single for 4 years and their biggest chart hit since Fascination in 1983. But they got really annoyed when people called it a comeback.
As LL Cool J says, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Yeah, I mean, it has been 4 years since you released anything. So it's kind of a comeback, isn't it?
In those days, fickle pop world, I guess so. This is one of the songs with na 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 at the end and an annoying hooky chorus to even pull you further into its charms.
It's from their album Octopus, which they played to their record label, Virgin. They didn't like it, so they dropped them. And then they get signed up by a different record label, and the album gets to number 6 in the charts and goes gold. And includes an instrumental track called John Cleese, Is He Funny?
Really?
Yeah. There's no lyrics to it. It's just that's what the instrumental is called.
Very good.
I mean, it's still relevant to this day, really.
Do you know where they got the name from? I learned on YouTube comments.
Go on, tell me.
It was from a sci-fi board game.
Oh, yes, we've spoken about this. Yeah, we talked about this before, didn't we?
I'm asking you questions, James, of things you've told me in the past.
Okay.
How did Phil Oakey get into the band?
The then members of the band saw him dancing in a nightclub and thought he looked cool.
How did the 2 female members of Human League get into the band?
They saw them dancing in the club and thought they looked cool.
There's a story there, isn't there? Now, Phil Oakey does loads of gigs all around the country solo and all his posters up. But when his sister does solo gigs all around the country, and posters never get put up.
Yeah. Okay. His sister, Carrie.
His sister Carrie, you got it,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Later on, Brian Eno's brother, Philip.
Did you watch the video?
Yes.
They're all knocking around Prague, aren't they?
Yeah, they're on a city break.
Yeah.
That was a big thing in the 90s, wasn't it? Everyone was going on a city break for the weekend. This song produced by Ian Stanley, who was the keyboard player in...
Do not know.
I'm going to do a mime that you're going to have to describe to the listeners.
You are crying, sobbing, and you're scared and you're frightened. I don't know.
Crying for scared, yeah. Tears for fears.
I love crying for scared.
Crying for scared. Ian Stanley was in Tears for Fears. He would produce I'll Stand By You.
Pretenders, we've covered that in one of our previous episodes. Go back and listen.
And you know the song Wrong Impression by Natalie Imbruglia.
This is good. Sophie Badge on YouTube says, I watched a documentary about Human League and the lead singer stated that he never sat down in these video clips because it would be disrespectful as it is an occupation and should display discipline.
Should we be standing up doing this?
Yeah. I mean, I am pretty disrespectful and there's no way this is an occupation. Please join our Patreon.
Number 9.
Up 3 to number 9 this week, it's Riverdance by Bill Whelan. The Riverdance phenomenon, James. I remember it in the mid-90s. I was knocking about, of course.
When you say you were knocking about, were you knocking about with your arms down by your side and your knees kicking up in the air? The little jaunty skirt on.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned this. Ryan Cox on YouTube, as he was watching the video, said these guys could be standing on the other side of a counter and you'd never even know they were dancing.
Oh, yes, because that's the whole thing about the Riverdance and the Irish dancing on which it's based, is that it's a bottom half dance. Because I'm river dancing right now, you can't tell.
Great moves.
You're not allowed to use your arms, unless you're Michael Flatley, who runs in pointing, doing all the sort of Usain Bolt things 20 years ahead of his time.
That's my point. I found the video very sexist. All the women were having to just move their legs and Flatley could do what he wanted.
Well, he's the lord of the dance.
He's the lord of the dance after all.
Yeah, so do you know the story of how Riverdance came to public attention?
I realised watching this, I'm aware of Riverdance without ever knowing how it got there to be such a phenomenon.
Well, it's the first of several mentions of the Eurovision Song Contest on this week's podcast, because they were the interval act at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1994 in Dublin. So they always put on an act in between the songs and the getting the votes in, sort of to cover all the voting. And in 1994, it was Riverdance. And Ireland, this was their second year hosting in a row, and they were about to win it for a third time in a row, which meant they were going to have to host it again the next year. And there are all kinds of stories about how Ireland couldn't afford to keep hosting the Eurovision Song Contest, and it was bankrupting them. Hence the episode of Father Ted, where Ireland try and lose by entering Father Ted and Dougal as their act. Yeah, so the interval act is Riverdance, and it's the first time kind of it's come to a wide audience, and it just becomes a phenomenon. And after the show, it's all that anyone talks about. No one talks about Rock and Roll Kids by Paul Harrington and Charlie McGettigan, which is the song that won. Everyone's going, well, what was the deal with all that stamping?
Caused a stir, Riverdance, didn't it?
It caused a splash, as you would probably expect from a Riverdance. So after that, they released this single. This is incredibly the fifth of 7 stints in the top 100 for this record. Only in December 1994 does it start going up the chart after they appear on the Royal Variety performance. So Royal Variety get me in. This makes the single a big thing. In Ireland, the single is absolutely massive. It spends 18 weeks at number 1, which is the longest stint at number 1 of any record in the Irish charts, and the second biggest selling single of all time in Ireland.
Wow.
Behind...
U2.
Nope.
An Irish Eurovision song.
Not Irish. Not a Eurovision song either.
Tell me the answer.
Candle in the Wind. Something about a dead English person that really chimed with the Irish. I don't know.
Dead English royal, get your facts right.
And then Riverdance becomes a full-length stage show, which is estimated around 30 million people have seen worldwide.
Yeah.
And 10 million copies of the video. That's a very 90s thing, isn't it? Bill Whelan, who is the credited artist on this, is the composer, who'd actually worked with U2 and Van Morrison and the Dubliners.
Bill Whelan's not the vocalist on this record, though, is he?
No. The singing is by the vocal ensemble Anuna. And among the singers in Anuna is Emer Quinn, who would go on to win Eurovision for Ireland in 1996 with The Voice. Okay. She's the one who beats Gina G.
There's a lot of Irishness about on YouTube. James Coyne says, I've got the brightest red hair out of anyone I've ever met, and this song made it redder.
It was a huge thing. It was a huge phenomenon. Look, and I first started going to pubs in the 90s, so I don't know how common they were before then, but there were a lot of Irish-themed pubs in the 90s, and it felt like they were just springing up then.
Did you like this song this week?
Did I like it? Well, it's so hard, isn't it, to remove yourself from the mythology and the story of Riverdance and the phenomena that it is, and basically the ridiculousness of Michael Flatley, who is a deeply strange man.
Why? I've heard he gets a kick in now and again because of he's got a big ego. That's one of the things I'm aware of him. I think, why pick on him for that? He made a film, didn't he?
Yes, which I've seen, Blackbird.
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about it. What's the point of that film?
It's really boring. It's not very good. And it's kind of written, directed and produced by Michael Flatley, in which he plays a sort of James Bondy type spy, sexy spy who all the women want to sleep with. And, you know, when he shows up with his big curly mullet in the Riverdance video and his flouncy blouse and everything, it is objectively funny. He does look objectively ridiculous, but that's part of it. And then, he becomes like the biggest star in the world and makes $1 billion squillion dollars.
Yeah, how many?
$1 billion squillion. A lot.
It's a lot, isn't it? There's loads of metalheads on YouTube coming out of the woodwork. James, do you know I'm a metalhead, but I like this song.
There is something about when it first kicks into how it builds and builds and builds. There's something quite dramatic and exciting about that.
I enjoyed it a lot more when I watched the dancing that went alongside with it. It made more sense. That words are whatever. What do you think it's about, this song?
Well, the lyrics are all, hear my cry in my hungering search for you.
That's how it opens.
Yeah. Taste my breath on the wind. And you think, it really depends what you've been eating.
Feel the magic and power and surrender to life. And then also beata.
Which means water of life.
Does it?
Yeah, so and I think that implies that this song is being sung by a river.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the river singing. The next verse is all about how someone's put a shopping trolley in it.
I asked on our social media, James. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook.
If you search for Shooby Dooby Doo up on Facebook, you'll find us. Also go to instagram.com/ShoobyPodcast.
So I put this song up as a clip and I asked everyone watching it to say what other kinds of dance could Michael Flatley do. Now, we have a lot of pop stars listening and watching this podcast, don't we, weirdly? So I offered 1 million pop points to the best suggestion.
Bjorn and Benny are betting 10 pennies and reckon Bill Whelan should dance with a queen.
Whitney Houston's got herself in a stew again and is saying she'll only dance with someone who loves me.
Wild Cherry and their best mate Terry are guessing Bill, because he's a white boy, should dance to music that's funky.
While Tones and I, to no one's surprise, believe Bill Whelan should dance to them, seeing he's a cheeky monkey.
Vigo Venn is kicking off again to suggest that Bill Whelan should dance in high vis.
While Tina Turner's on a burner and he's telling Bill Whelan she'll only dance if it's private.
Justin Timberlake's surprised he's DUI, but he's got that sunshine in his pocket and he just can't stop that feeling.
And finally, Lionel Richie's bitching and he's pitching that although he's danced on the roof, the mezzanine and the vestibule, he's come to the conclusion that it's best for him, at least personally, to dance on the bleeding ceiling. Who should we give 1 million pop points to? I mean, they're all good suggestions.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, well done, Tina. As we're fond of, James, we like to mention that these records live on in other cultural artifacts for years and years. Where were a lot of people on YouTube comments saying they had come from and had familiarised with this song?
I don't know.
Really? Do you want a little clue? You mention it every week.
Nile Rodgers.
No, not that.
I suppose the Nile is a river.
We could bring Nile Rodgers into this. He is a Riverdance, and also I don't like this record. Nile Rodgers famously said, regular listeners know, it doesn't really matter if you like Bill Whelan and Riverdance or not, because, as you mentioned, loads and loads of people bought it, and it's a world phenomenon, so who cares? That's right, isn't it? That's a particular reading for Nile Rodgers this week. It wasn't him. That's one of our regular mentions. Who else?
The Muppets.
No.
The Simpsons.
Yes, it was in The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. This record features heavily in. I'm surprised and disappointed your research hasn't led you there this week, James.
Number 8.
Down one place to number 8. It's Basket Case by Green Day.
This was the 10% I bought in the mid-90s, so I'm familiar with this record, as I feel everybody is, really.
Did it speak to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you feel a kinness to Billy Joe Armstrong?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
what was it in particular?
First of all, you've got the great opening line, haven't
Was
you?
it the bit about going to see a whore? Was it that bit?
Do you have the time to listen to me whine? I thought, I absolutely have got the time for this, Billy Joe. It's a great opener.
But what if the answer was no? Did you just stop the record? I haven't got the time, Billy Joe. Sorry, I'm busy.
I guess so. I am one of those melodramatic fools. I mean, only you could tell me, James, if I'm melodramatic. Am I?
I think we all are, aren't we?
How dare you say that?
You know we can see you in the mirror, right?
I know. I always forget that bit, as I learned on a Zoom call only the other day.
Neurotic to the bone.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
Sometimes
I give myself the creeps. Which I think is interesting, because I think this song has a kinness with Creep by Radiohead, isn't it? But it's a bit more self-aware than Creep. I mean, literally the first line is, do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Yeah, much more humorous. This is part of the appeal of Green Day and this record, especially the inherent humour. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. And then, of course, the greatest band intro ever into one song. I think I'm cracking up. Exciting, that moment is. I always used to rewind that and listen to it again. It's thrilling. Am I just paranoid? Am I just stoned?
Are you paranoid or are you just stoned?
I've wondered that many, many times.
Yeah, because the thing is, Andy, we all talk about you and we all think you are stoned.
Well, I went to a shrink to analyse my dreams, and my shrink told me to tell everyone to go mind their own business. She says it's the lack of sex that's bringing me down.
What kind of shrink is this? Is that a thing that psychoanalysts say?
What, if you say you're dissatisfied with your physical love life, that they would say that that's a good idea? I'd say that's a staple part of psychology. Freud and everything.
He's saying to analyse my dreams.
I don't believe in Freud. In Birmingham, Freud is how we like our eggs.
I think the psychiatrist here fancies Billy Joe Armstrong.
Oh, dear.
I think that's a chat-up line.
You're a weirdo. As you mentioned earlier, the thing I got so excited, I went to a horse. He said my life's
He
a bore.
said, yeah, it's not a woman whore like you were thinking, you sexist.
Pretty good. Yeah, so it's just a winner all over for me, this song. Thrilling, catchy, funny, self-knowing. Mentions mental illness. We've all wondered whether we're a basket case at some point, I think.
Yeah, and particularly for me, I was 17 at this point, going through quite a late adolescence. And, it chimed with me a lot. And it made me feel justified about my behaviour. And it's all right that I'm a bit mad, because look, Green Day are as well, and they're on top of the pops.
Yeah, I think it's got a touch of that's one of the joyous benefits of pop music now and again, isn't it? To make us all feel like we know what they're going on about, even when it's a little bit extreme. The video, did you watch it?
Yes, it's a sort of really brightly lit One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I learned on YouTube comments that video was originally shot in black and white. It was colorized later, so that would explain that, I suppose. A fella called Admiral Zebedee Custard on YouTube says, with nearly 409 million views, it means about 1/17 of the planet are basket cases. It's nice to know I'm not alone. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Hang on. So to watch the video, watching the video makes you a basket case because the song's called Basket Case. Is that
No.
is that how it works?
Look, Admiral Zebedee Custard is saying that people might feel that they've got somewhere to go if they want to whine all day long.
Right, because on that logic, 16 billion people have watched Baby Shark. So that means double the population of the Earth think they're baby sharks.
I like how you had that information just in your head, ready to go.
The song is about anxiety attacks, according to Billy Joe Armstrong. He says, the only way I knew how to deal with it was to write a song about it. He wrote the first version of the song while on crystal meth.
Did he?
Yes.
Good lad.
And I thought, well, that's an interesting way to deal with panic attacks, isn't it? He said he thought he was writing the greatest song ever, but then he sobered up and he found them embarrassingly bad, so he completely rewrote it.
Fair enough.
He said, I wanted to challenge myself and whoever the listener might be. It's also looking at the world and saying, it's not as black and white as you think. This isn't your grandfather's prostitute.
What?
Well, because when he sings about I went to a whore, we're all thinking of the prostitute our grandfathers went to, right?
Of course.
You know, down by the docks.
It was a great family day out.
Yes, indeed. What are we doing today? Oh, we've got to take Grandad to the prostitute. Oh, okay. Everybody get in the car. But he's saying it's not that. So that's exciting. Hey, what recent film did this feature in?
I do not know.
Begonia.
Oh, yes, Emma Stonia.
Yes. Have you seen it?
No.
It is brilliant until the last 5 minutes when it's so badly.
Loads of films. I've seen so many films that do that.
Oh my God. It was all set to be my favourite film of the year.
Yeah.
I was so into it. I thought it was amazing. And then at the end, it dropped the ball so far that the ball went all the way down through the earth and popped up out of a well in Australia.
I would like to ask you what that is. What such disappointment. We're not on movie doovie doo up at the moment, are we?
No. But I needed to get that off my chest.
Okay.
It's annoyed me so much.
These are good comments, I believe, James. The Village Id says, man, the total excitement when you wait all day for this video to play on MTV. We're talking about the mid-90s, of course. We're talking it's the era of Braveheart and O.J. Simpson and Pogs and all that stuff, isn't it? But if you wanted to... It is.
Yeah.
If you want,
So what we were all doing, we were all watching Braveheart, talking about the O.J. Simpson trial while playing with our Pogs.
and having Windows installed.
Yeah. All while listening to Green Day.
Yeah. So that notion, kids will never understand that if you had to watch a video again, you just have to wait for it to be on telly. Seems ridiculous these days. I was lucky enough, James, once to see Green Day perform at Jules Holland later. And Paul Simonon, the bass player from The Clash, was there about some book he'd put out, art book, I think. And then in one of the breaks, I saw Green Day sort of approach Paul Simonon with one of their guitars while he signed it. They were giggling like teenage pop fans, James. It was sort of beautiful to see.
There is something quite clashy about their performance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Billy Joe Armstrong, he's given it full strummer.
Yeah, but it's so melodic, isn't it? That's what I love about this record. It's it's got all the punk, if you like, attitude. Maybe not truly punk, who cares? But it's just so catchy. The words are great, and I've sung this song all my life at various points.
Yeah? When was the last time you sang it?
You saw me with the guitar.
Number 7.
It's a new entry at number 7. It's Emanate, and they've got a little something for you.
Yeah, it's MN8. So it's the letters MN and then the number 8. It's like the first bit of a postcode.
Yeah, do you know, I read in their autobiography that they went through many other letters and numbers to try and get the band. Do you know what they went through? Any others? Can you guess? I'll give you a million pop points if you just guess one of them.
NG14.
That's right, James. Well done. You're a big fan. You've done your research.
KT12. FY7.
I feel we've discussed this record before, James, but not in this iteration. We've done 911 with Body Shaking and Backstreet Boys. We've got it going on. It's incredibly similar, this trope of boy band songwriting. It's one of the songs with na 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 I mentioned.
Yeah, when we spoke of the 911 song before, we talked about how there were like two different types of boy band song in the 90s. There was the kind of insipid Girl I Love You ballad, and then there was the one that sounded like a playground taunt.
Yes.
And that's what this one is. Nya, 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 nya.
I'm a sucker for one of them, I have to say. I've loved this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just think, okay, so look, let's address the elephant in the room. I've got a little something for you. Now, they never say what it is.
Yes.
It is implied.
Yes.
Little.
What? Marlene Sweden on YouTube says, well, at least they were honest about size.
Yeah. I've got a medium-sized something for you.
Yeah, well, it's you know,
it's actually quite cold or something like that.
It's a male psyche at work, isn't it? You know, if you watch the video, they're all grabbing their crotch and implying that it's their penis. No spoilers. No, that's all right, though, isn't it? I mean, in a time of wet-ass pussy, it seems almost quaint.
Yeah. And they give you just 3 guesses to figure out what it is. But they never tell you where to send these guesses to.
No.
But, Andy, I've got a little something for you, and I'll give you just 3 guesses to work out what it is.
Are you going to show it me on camera?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it won't be a penis. Let's get at that.
Is that your first guess?
No.
Sounded like a guess to me.
No, we're not on one of our private calls, are we? We do now and again. Is it a single?
Nope.
Okay.
Littler.
The CD single?
No.
What is it?
You've had 2 guesses. You need a third guess. You could get it on this last third one. Yeah.
Is this one of your passive-aggressive comments?
Is that your third and final guess? No, it's not that. No, it was a blue riband.
That's a new feature, isn't it?
Yeah, you could have had that had you guessed what it was.
All right,
But unfortunately, you didn't. So I'm going to eat it.
We can do that every week from now on.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for watching and listening.
And it's always going to be a blue riband.
All right, then. Well, since we're doing it, I've got something for you. This is good. This is a good game. James, shut up. This is a good game.
Okay. Bearing in mind there's a mirror.
Yes. If you can see that, I'd be surprised. I've got a little something for you. What a brilliant new feature.
But it's not in the song. He doesn't go, I've got a little something for you, and I'll give you 20 questions, and you ask yes or no, and then you work it out. You just get 3 guesses. So is it a lip balm?
No.
Is it a battery?
No. I'll give you a clue. It is something we shouldn't talk about. And you've already said it once.
What?
Yeah. See how you like it with your blue ribbon nonsense?
Is it a blue ribbon?
No, I really wish I had one. It is. What's that?
Oh, it's an elephant.
It's the elephant in the room.
Yep.
Anyway.
I should have got that.
Thanks for tolerating this. Batman Ting on YouTube says, the one with no hair teaches at my school now. Just realised how talented he was. I mean, we've talked about this in the past. The afterlife of a pop star is a teacher, the one with no hair.
Oh, was that KG, Cool T, G-Man or Details?
I learned their names. So they got it all. They got G-Man, didn't they? KG, Cool T, Details. Now, they tried a lot of other letters, James, as a name.
Yeah.
Do you know, can you think of any that they might have done? Just one and we can move on.
LP?
That's right. It was one called LP. He'd never got in the band. This is a good comment. Jackie Churchill says, I used to sing this song to my then boyfriend. He was so thick, he never did get what I meant. So it's not just about penis, is it? If Jackie Churchill's singing it, I have no idea of... No, she says boyfriend. Hang on, I'm being dreadfully heteronormative. Yeah, I've messed up. Some great words in this song. I like the bit that I've got, the gift that I got ain't going back. And then he goes on about the receipts. There you go.
I'm not taking this back. Holds up blue riband. This was their first of 3 UK top 10 hits, all of them in 1995. They split in 1998, but in 2013 they announced they were working on a new album that has never come out.
Is that a fact?
Their official Instagram page has one post of the band's logo in 2022, 57 followers, and nothing else.
We'd kill for them numbers, James.
It's quite hard to find out stuff about
Right.
NN8. I know Details went on to have bit parts in Batman Begins, Captain Phillips, and 4 different Star Wars movies as 4 different characters.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, I did a bit of Googling in my feature, James, that I like to do. Will you do the theme tune for me? You know what it is.
What are Emanate up to now? Because their Instagram page is terrible.
Cool T, one of them, he was homelessness for a bit and he's come out of it and he's all right now. We talk about the afterlife of pop stars, whether it's the bald one, sorry, not the bald one, the one with no hair, my apologies, bad man ting, teaching at school, Cool T being homeless for a while. The afterlife of a pop star, always fascinating.
Yeah, and it's hard to find out because a lot of them do sort of shun the limelight, particularly if they are using pseudonyms in the band. I don't think Cool T is Cool T's real name.
No.
It's probably something like Cool Harrison.
Like G-Man.
Well, G-Man is means someone who works for the FBI.
Okay. So, they have got a little something for you.
Yeah, it's a summons. This song written by Mark Taylor, who would write on Strong Enough,
Who sang that?
Share, On a Night Like This.
On a night like this, not the Bob Dylan song. Kylie.
Yes, Kylie.
Yeah.
And Hero.
Not Heroes by David Bowie. One of the Iglesias, was it?
Yes, Enrique Iglesias.
Okay. They're great songs.
Produced by Dennis Charles and Ronnie Wilson, who were Manchester United's centre-back pairing in 1952.
That's a fact. Email listen to shubipodcast@gmail.com or
They just
comments below.
sound like it. Ronnie Wilson was in the Gap Band. But they did loads of work with Eternal, who were essentially the girl MN8. Or were the MN8 the boy Eternal? Should they be called He-ternal?
Do you think?
Yes.
Why are you making that claim?
They had the same producers.
No, that's a good one. Featured in the Bad Boys soundtrack, I learned recently. Featuring Will Smith. You know
Your
what?
favourite?
I can't get over it, James, still to this day.
You're living in the past, mate. It is a lot of fun, isn't it, this
Oh,
song?
it's great. It's great.
But it's also a little bit threatening.
Do you think...
Well, sing it through gritted teeth and see what happens.
It's love she's inflicting. It's mentally addicted to the love of lady that is so fine. Want to know my secret? Then you got to get mine. Really got to get mine. I see.
So he's got a little secret, if anything, rather than part of his anatomy.
Yeah, I mean, that's very much in the ear of the beholder. Hopefully not the part of his anatomy.
Number 6.
Up 5 places to a peak of number 6. It's Runaway by MC Sarr and the Real McCoy.
MC Sarr, I didn't see his name on the credits.
Yeah, he's listed on sometimes. He's listed on the single, but others times he's not. He is the bloke who's doing the rap in it. We should explain what this song is. It is one of those 90s dance records with a dancey beat and a woman singing and then a bloke doing a rap. They sound a bit like Two Unlimited.
The chorus has got that universal message of hope, I suppose, in some ways. Run away if you want to survive. It's a clarion call of some kind.
Yeah, I suppose. But it is about running away.
To save your life.
Yeah, and hey, if it's to save your life, absolutely run away. If you want to survive, run away. So she's singing that run away, while the thumping Euro beat is going on. And then the rap comes in, money, sex in full control, a generation without soul. And it's objectively funny.
It is a critique of capitalism and global elites.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
And the surveillance state while we're at it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
interesting, isn't it? Perfect people in a perfect world, behind closed doors, all in control. So,
Yeah,
yeah, people
that lot in it.
That lot.
The Illuminati.
Illuminati on their bloody island.
And you got to run away from them. Yeah. And then he comes back and he does the same. He does more or less the same rap twice. Big Brother is watching you, mate. It's 95. You've got no idea.
Quite.
You don't know you're born. And then at the end of his rap, and this becomes a bit of a refrain, keep the faith, you better keep the faith and run away. I think those are two opposites.
Why?
I think keeping the faith is about, stick with it. And running away is about quitting.
But you said earlier it's fine to run away if your life is in danger.
Yeah, but that's not keeping the faith, is it?
You can run away from something and still keep the faith and, plot that next time it's going to be bigger and better. James, you remember our conversations in between these podcasts. We should try and do bigger and better. It's one of the songs with oh in it as another hook towards the end. I'm going to mention them when I can.
It just feels jarring. Keep the faith and run away.
Okay.
I'm like, well, which one is it?
I Googled it again, James. I'm going to do it this time. I was interested, wasn't I? I typed the real McCoy into Google and pressed news to see what they came up with. This is from 1 month ago. Would you believe Billboard magazine ranked a song, not this one, by the real McCoy, as the greatest pop song of all time?
What?
Yeah.
What, Another Night? That was their other hit.
That's what Billboard, as of 1 month ago, were claiming for clicks and likes, I suppose. It's the greatest pop song of all time. It surprised me.
Yeah. Another Night that got to number 2 in 1993. This is their second of 2 UK top 10 hits. According to their website, The Real McCoy had countless top 5 hits in the USA, UK, Japan and Europe, which just sounds like lazy research. There's no way you can't count the number of hits Real McCoy had, because I counted they had 2 in the UK. And they sold more than 8 million records worldwide. MC Sar is a bloke called George Champro Mario, who had already left The Real McCoy 2 years before, but is credited on this single. But he was never the real rapper anyway. He only ever lip-synced to the real rapper, who is Olaf Jeglitzer from The Real McCoy, who is the co-writer of the records. So they keep the name, even though that guy's not there, but that guy never did it anyway.
That's ironic when your band name is The Real McCoy.
Isn't it though? Jeglitzer would go on to represent Poland at the Eurovision Song Contest in 2006, but he lost in the semi-final by 6 points. What did you think of this record?
Oh, it took me on, what would be a good term for it? A memory experience, I suppose, of listening to this sort of music in the mid-90s. Off my head.
Right.
And,
this specific song or just stuff that's a bit
no,
like
it's
it?
stuff like this. No, I couldn't really remember this one, but then that's true a lot of the mid-90s, to be fair. Staple is an insult. It's a dance record. It's number 6, for God's sake.
But I think there is a better song coming up in the second half of this chart.
I agree.
That does what this does, but like loads better.
I agree, but I do like the commentary on it. It's ambitious, isn't it, for a dance record to be talking about all this stuff, with all the capitalism and all that, and mentioning the people who are locking themselves away. There's something transgressive about it. That's to be applauded.
Yeah, it's a bit of a downer though, isn't it? It's like, shut up, mate. We're trying to have a dance here. Stop banging on about capitalism. Fine, we'll come on your march. Fine. But right now we're having a disco. Coming up in part 2 of this top 10 from the 31st of January 1995, 4 songs to get the party started and 1 to make everyone clear the dance floor and go home, including the musical equivalent of mad cow disease.
As always, you can listen to these 10 songs and the other half a dozen we put on bonus tracks for Patreon members, where we talk about half a dozen songs that never ever made the top 10. All good stuff, but I can't wait. That's been a great top numbers 10 to 6. I can't wait to see what numbers 5 to 1 are like.
Well, either the episode is coming out in a few days or it's there now, depending on when you're listening to this. Thank you so much for listening. If you have enjoyed this, please rate and review and tell your friends. That stuff really, really helps us.
Also subscribe, James. Now we're on YouTube with our stupid fizzogs on it.
Also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you'd be so kind. And until next time, shooby dooby doo up.
Bop bop shoo wop.